Hi, Ariana. Thank you for participating in this Young Sustainable Entrepreneurs Initiative. We are very glad to count with your participation, and we will just directly enter to the interview. So you are representing ReThinkCheese, and I want you to tell me more about what's your business idea in circular economy.
Okay, thank you very much for the invitation. Like you said, my name is Ariana Alba, and I'm one of the co-founders of ReThinkCheese. We are a startup based in Germany, and we make a range of delicious, nutritious, and sustainably produced plant-based cheeses. Our environmental superheroes are beans and pulses that grow in Europe, and we produce a range of vegan cheeses. We make slices, we have shreds that you can put on to melt on pizza, and also cubes to be eaten as apero.
Okay, and what inspired you actually to start this kind of initiative, this startup?
Really, it started with my master's degree. Actually, the four of the co-founders, we study and we met at the University of Hohenheim. The nature of our program, Bioeconomy, is about utilizing regenerative resources, making sure that our impact with the materials, ingredients that we use are low impact on land, on water. And so the opportunity came out during the pandemic to join a business competition that it was sponsored by the European Institute and Technology Innovation Center, EIT Food. And the challenge was to tackle food waste and to create a new product based on a waste stream from the agriculture sector. And so we got together with my team, and then for a whole year, we started working together to see what kind of food product could come out of it. And then we ended up creating a plant-based cheese that melts.
And how was it like since the beginning of the company? How was a typical working day? Of course, I understand that at the beginning you have many different tasks, especially because you need to actually build up everything from zero.
Oh, yeah.
But
I mean,
like, can you tell me a bit about that path from the beginning and how is a typical working day for you now?
yeah, I mean, it has evolved so much since the beginning because it started as a university project. So we had a goal of product development. We had a kitchen where we could build up our prototype. And so the four of us, we were at the kitchen for a whole year trying to develop this cheese. Once we actually became founded as a startup, we started distributing our task based on our skills, based on what we could bring up in the startup like individuals. So, for example, right now we have our product developer that is in Belgium, and she's in charge of product development, and she's working on the recipe and conducting trials in a pilot kitchen scale. The other of us, we are working in the business development side of things, so not so much fun. So we get to be just in front of a computer working on thinking about the budget, the sales forecast, and then how we're going to penetrate the European market.
That's great. So as far as I understand, you have like different career paths also, like from your study, like how did you meet your colleagues? What are your
Mhm.
study career fields?
Okay. Interestingly enough, the whole competition was to bring people from different profiles and backgrounds into one team. So even though we didn't handpick every person in our team, they made sure that the profiles were different enough so that we could think about every step of the value chain. So in my team, I study in my bachelor's international business administration. Then we had one person that was a food scientist. We had a person that was into sustainability studies and another person that had background in agricultural development. So that it was super amazing that we were able to come up with a team that had such different expertise.
Yeah, for sure. I would say that at the same time it was some kind of a challenge also to work with a team that you don't know before and from actually totally different backgrounds, but also help you to have like the big perspective on the market on how to produce this product and how to create the company itself. So what would you say, like, after everything that you have done, are the main challenges for a young sustainable entrepreneur?
I mean, definitely coming the four of us from the university with not so many years of industry experience is a challenge, because we are operating in a very competitive, fast-paced environment. So the challenge is really the lack of years of experience in the industry. But this could be complemented if you really reach out to networks to get into the local startup community in the city that you are operating in, really reach out to teachers, reach out to other industry players to be able to get this feedback on the knowledge that you're lacking as a young entrepreneur from the university.
Would you like to give any kind of advice to students who are thinking or are evaluating to actually create a company or start or build something from zero? Like, I know that you have already talked a bit about the lack of experience and how you can reach out to industry players, but do you have like any other advice that you will probably have liked to get when you were younger, and that you would say this thing would help me a lot if I knew it?
Besides reaching out to experts and expanding your network, really LinkedIn for me was a platform that helped me a lot, because not only to also to reach out to people and get questions answered, but also to be inspired, because there are many startups like yours developing similar products, and then you can kind of see the traction, how they interact with people, how they like, what type of networks they're into, and it's just like about connections. And this is important because you could fall in love with your idea, but if you don't validate it with external people, it means that it might not be as amazing as you think it is. So really, you have to get the word out, and see if people are reacting positively to your marketing campaigns. Actually ask them for feedback, especially for a food product. People have to try it, to try it, to try it, to try it. This is super important, to validate it with potential customers as well.
Okay, so like in a summarized way, you will say like to expand your network and to also hear what others have to say. No, it's like an interconnection between industry players, LinkedIn, competitors.
Yeah, I mean, we have made so many online surveys to really understand what our customers want. We realize that really, like, what they want in a food product is that it has to be delicious. Otherwise, they will not transition to plant-based cheese. And cheese is such a passionate product. You know, people really connect their emotions to eating cheese. It's not like they want the healthiest cheese. They just want, you know, this experience of enjoying the eating of cheese. So we really had to compromise. We could try to make our cheese as sustainable, as healthy as possible, but if it's not giving the pleasure that you get from eating cheese, then it's not gonna have like a long-lasting impact.
It's great to hear you talking about this, actually, because you also see like you're really inspired what you're doing, and that's basically what we want to see from these young entrepreneurs that we are interviewing as part of this initiative. As you know, one of the aims of this initiative is actually to inspire, and I think that you as an entrepreneur have do it like in a really good way. You talk from your heart about your company, and that's really good. And we hope that that this interview also helps students who are doubting or who have not taken this like the decision already to be an entrepreneur. Like, they can actually take the lead and start the journey. We know that it's hard. You already explained that it's hard, especially when you are really young, but there are different ways that they can do it. So thank you, Ariana, for everything that you have explained, from showing us that no matter what your background is, you can actually be part of this transition. So thank you for your participation.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting us. Yeah, we're super happy to talk to other students or other entrepreneurs looking into having a venture of their own. I think something that is in our advantage is that we are young, and then we want to take risks, you know. There's so many things happening in the world right now, and if we can at least have some positive impact, environmental, social impact through our startups, I think this is a motivation for all the young entrepreneurs to continue moving forward. So thank you.
Thank you, Ariana.